What's up, YouTube? We are underneath the bed of my 2003 Silverado, and today we're going to be replacing the bump stops. You can see this one here, that orange crusty thing has fallen apart, and the one on the opposite side is missing completely. I picked these up. They are polyurethane, so they're supposed to last longer. The only thing is supposedly they're made for a Ford, but I've seen a few people comment online that they can work for a Chevy. So since they cost less than half the price, we're gonna give it a shot. I figured we'd try this one first because we can't make it any worse. It's already missing. Up here there's a 15mm nut, which your socket just barely goes over, and as you can see I can just barely get my wrench into it to turn it. Another reason I'm making this video is because mine looks different than the other ones I saw on YouTube, so we'll see what happens here. So this is what she looks like off. It's got a stud in this metal piece, and this nut was what was holding it to the frame. Our new piece does not really look like that. You can see daylight through it. It's got a hole going down the middle. It came with these weird hex bolts, a couple of washers for each side, and a nut for each side. So I'm thinking we'll drop the bolt into the hole, put 2 washers on each side, and then instead of using these nuts that it came with, we'll use the original nut for that factory finish. So I didn't have a hex key that big for this thing, so we had to improvise. I got a Torx head bit, which you should get a set of these for your Chevy because there's a lot of Torx stuff on it. And then an extender. I'm going to click those together, and that will give us the distance we need to go all the way in and reach that bolt. Okay, so here's our setup now. We got our wrench going to our extender, coming through here. I just realized I need to get a second wrench to hang on to that 15mm nut and tighten it down. Okay, that'll tighten that up, and if we're lucky we'll be able to get our wrenches out. Okay, torque to spec, and we're leaving a socket in there. Alright, so whenever you get a socket stuck in something like this, I like to use snap ring pliers, because when you squeeze them, it spreads out. So we're just going to weave this guy in there. Oh yeah. Okay, same procedure on this side. Put the socket over the nut, barely get your wrench in there, and loosen it up. Except this side's got the exhaust pipe, so make sure you got that rip roaring hot before you start. Alright, we're all set. New ones are installed, all torqued to spec, nice and tight. And the old ones are going in the garbage.